Good morning again, everybody. We thought we'd make the most of a cool morning and come out to somewhere a bit different. Today we are at Polesworth Abbey. So this is St Editha's, the Abbey Church at Polesworth. We can't go in at the minute because it's closed. However, according to the notice, they're open Tuesday to Friday, 11 till 1. Although I'm sure I saw on their website they were open Sunday to Thursday, 9 till 1. But never mind. But look up their website if you want to know some more information. So, we'll start by going round the outside of the church. If you do want to visit here, there's no parking here itself. You have to go round to the free car park by the library. Unless you're disabled. Okay. So this is the north porch, which is nice, and you can see the clock, and it's not the right time, sadly.
That is not the right time.
It's not the right time. So Emily's with me with her new banana hat.
Got it on holiday.
She got it on holiday. So there's some oh, look at these ones then. William Power. Wow. I think it says Power. That looks like it says Polver. Yeah, so again, if you do want to come here, you might want a stick or someone to lean on.
I'm not very good at reading this.
What's this one said? Robert Hoskison of Wilnecote. And what's that one? Thomas Cherwell of the Hermitage. So, yep, Polesworth. I don't really know much about Polesworth, apart from it's up the road. They've got a girls' brigade and a boys' brigade, and I think I went there once for a girls' brigade parade. So let's see what else we've got. Jane Power Paul of Wilnecote. So I think there we are. We've got another Paul and Fowlers. See, these are really huge stones, and compared to the ones in Atherstone, completely different again. I'll say the ones in Atherstone were very ornate, but in a different way. So, Lieutenant Harold Belfit Hill, who, after serving in France with the Royal West Kent Regiment and the RFC, was killed in an aeroplane accident in Scotland, September the 6th, 1918, aged 24, and is buried here. Also, 2nd Lieutenant Arthur Moberly Hill, North Somerset Yeomanry, attached Somerset Light Infantry, killed at the Battle of Arras, April the 9th, 1917, aged 22, and also Lieutenant William Reginald Hill, MC and BAP, Durham Light Infantry, who died a prisoner of war in Germany, November the 6th, 1918, aged 22, sons of William and Catherine Hill, late of Polesworth. Oh, and there we are, we've got another military one.
There's a squirrel.
R.J. Robinson. And I've been informed there are squirrels afoot.
They're very slow as well. They don't scurry, they're just so slow.
Right, so we've got some hartshorn. Never really know how to say that. So if you're watching slightly later on, the time is 10 to 10 on Thursday, what are we on, the 10th? Is it the 10th or the 11th of August? And we've come out while it's quite cool, although It's already very warm here.
It's definitely not the 9th or the 10th.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember the day numbers. Well, whatever the day number is, it might be the 11th. It's probably the 11th actually. So we've got some very interesting, huge, big slabs of rock, and so it's very quiet here as well.
I see one from the 1850s.
Okay. Well, let me know if you find
There's
one.
a pile of bird poo there.
Nice.
Behind the stone.
Okay.
The birds definitely like that stone again.
Alright, well, let me know if you find something older than, or if you find something that begins 17. How's that? So that's Till, Norman Lees and Brian Johnson, and Daniel Lees. So yesterday when we were at Atherstone, we found some interesting names, and I had some very nice comments from people who had found family members. So this is Joseph Albrighton of Polesworth, and Mary, his wife. There's a Draper there. As you can see, it's quite a nice big Abbey Church. Oh, this is an interesting stone. So we've got, there's all different leaves on the back, some writing on. I'm not sure whether this is an actual headstone or whether it's just a decorative stone. God's dance within us. There in his keep, netted with nettles, knotted with rooted lives, the shadow people, his crown ruffled with grass and wild flowers, hints at nothing, least of all dark power. From here he watches us build with branches, then stones, then brick, make homes, make whole, a flick of gold delights as he dances, with pale anticipation of fresh souls, now scratched out in rows, march out trenches, from gravel to dry stone wall, to proud oak, they shun the shade that slowly approaches. Warm in the cold earth, they hold on to hope. Blessed are the dead, which die in the Lord. God's dance within us, beautiful, flawed. I think that says Carrie Fletcher. You found someone called William Shakespeare? And Harriet Shakespeare. Oh, and I think that might be the vicar over there. Or priest, or not really sure. Oh, so we found William Shakespeare, but not the William Shakespeare. So they're Harriet Shakespeare and William Shakespeare.
They're probably
not,
named after them, to be honest.
but not the famous poet.
I knew it wasn't
Bard.
the famous one because the dates were too early.
Mottram, we have Mottrams in our family, Emily.
Oh.
Won't be these ones though.
William Watson.
William Mottram and Eliza Mottram.
I thought that the latest one, I haven't seen one with a 17 yet, but the earliest one I've got is 18. I think it was like 1832.
Okay.
But I haven't managed to get into this 1700s yet.
Okay, so let's go and see what else we've got.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, I've just read that poem out. So we've got Cotton, we've got more Albrightons, Cook with an E, Glover, Big Tree, John Mountford, Jackson, Mountford. Oh, there's another path down here,
Oh, look at the dates here.
Oh. Rushton. Looks like the ground staff are busy, so we won't disturb them. And I think that looks like, well, there's a man in a cassock, so
1808.
he could be the... They're all newer ones down there, Emily.
I know, I'm going up here to see what we
Okay. Yeah, so there's a man in a cassock with a dog collar on, so I'm assuming he's the incumbent here. So these are all newer ones, and I must say I find it interesting now how they have started putting names on the back and the main inscription on the front, which is quite interesting. We'll walk across that this way. Gertrude Ellen, beloved wife of Harry Rick Lawton of the Hermitage, and beloved elder daughter of Arcane H. Wadsworth of Handford Hall, Cheshire. Interesting. So there's Cheshire connections. Waddingham, what's that? Fincham, Faulkner, Baxter.
I haven't seen this 1700.
No, I haven't yet. They're all Turner. So it's not as big as some of the burial grounds that we've been to, but it's still fairly sizable, and there's still they might be digging a grave for a burial, yes. Oh, I've got Hathaway.
Don't judge me while I want to see it. It's just I'm interested in it.
Okay. Ulliott. Flora Ulliott.
There's literally no one watching.
That's fine. Barnet, it's still quite early. They might not. Yeah, let's not bother. We won't interrupt them because they're working now. So.
Can I get a stone on my shoe?
Okay.
Or an acorn.
It's got a stone or an acorn in a shoe, one or the other.
I think it's a twig.
There's Finch, there's Quimby. It's terrible. I've never heard of some of these surnames. Davis, Lawrence, Neil. Shall we see if we can find something interesting, something a bit different? What do you think? John William Evans, John Wood, Edgar Chum Gore, and his sister Joan Lillian Bray. Kate Steele. There's King. Oh, yes, a bit uneven underfoot. Nearly fell down a hole.
I don't know what that one says. It looks like it says like 15 something.
That might just be the. Yeah, that one's obviously slopped sideways because there's no way it would have been put leaning up against that one. Yeah, it's quite uneven here. Quite a bit of few trees to shelter in the rain or the sun. It's getting hot again already.
Standing in the shade.
Yeah, so we've got Nash over there. Holloway, Bradford, Deeming, Stonehouse, Shilton, Bailey, Baxter, Olner, okay. Emily's just found another war grave, so let's go over here. Who's it for, Emily? Storer. Royal Warwick? Yeah, Storer. So we've got Storers in our tree. But
only age 19.
23rd of July 1916.
Oh, these are children.
Yeah. Josephine Ethel Hill. 7 months.
3 years and 8 months.
Is that David Watson?
6th of the 13th, 1923, but I don't know if it's 1923. Oh, it is 1923.
Oh, here's another war grave, but it's a guardsman in the Irish Guards. 7th of August 1944, L.S. Vinnell, age 21. Right then, let's go up this way then. Let's make sure we don't fall down any holes. It's mainly to myself, as I've already nearly fallen down a hole. I'm trying to walk to the shade. Ooh. So I'm assuming there's actually a lot of graves that we're walking across. There's just no stone. Sturgis, Deeming, Stafford, ooh. Sefton. Emily. So yesterday Emily was asking, you know, where did the headstone go? And I was explaining about how your headstone's like your headboard on your bed, and sometimes there's a footstone, but we didn't actually find one with a footstone on yesterday. That's a footstone. Although I think it should be over this way, or is it? No, LAS, Louisa Ann Sefton, and FS, Frederick Sefton. So they've got 2 footstones. So it's like the head of your bed and your foot of your bed.
So I'm guessing one of them is bodies there and one of the bodies are there.
Yeah. Right. Well, you're given quite a bit of space. Not that you're going to grow or anything. Oh, they've got Millership there. Now I've heard of Millership, but not Millership. James Millership of Polesworth and Charles Millership, clerk of the parish. What's that one then, Em?
It says entrance of the vault here, and then that one's Frederick.
Oh, now that's interesting. So you've got, a stone that's saying this is the entrance, and you've got this Frederick Tibbets of Pooley Hall. So, and Henry the 6th son of Gervase and Elizabeth Tibbets of Pooley Hall. So this is the Tibbets family from Pooley Hall then. Oh, excuse me. We've got Baxters here, more Deemings.
I want to see where that squirrel was. I forgot what it was, but it was somewhere.
There's there's Ghent and Kent, and a few stone houses. I can see a few stone houses there. Should we go and have a look at those ones over there, Em? Because they might be quite old. Oh. Pallet. And that one's Scarrett. And that one's Burley. There's Farmer, Ambrose Farmer.
I like the brick design.
Yeah, we've not seen any like that before, have we?
There's another brick one down there as well.
That's an interesting sort of Stacey. Maria and George Stacey.
Something's dug into it.
I don't think they've dug into it. I think it's just...
I said an animal. Right?
Yeah, it's just collapsed, I think, over the years. Right, let's go. I'm going to get down to this path because otherwise...
It's shade.
Well, no, not only that. I don't think I want to be falling over in a cemetery. Look like a bit of a wally. Wheatman.
There's 2
and Cawthorne.
For the Rhine, I can't say that.
The Reverend John Cawthorne, who died suddenly at Bedworth. Now that's interesting. Let's have a look. What's it say then? So, Reverend John Cawthorne for, not sure.
I don't know, but is there someone I could sit? Because I have loads of bits in my phone.
So he was the Congregational Minister of Polesworth and Baddesley. who died suddenly at Bedworth, May the 8th, 1881. Oh, now there you are, that's something having a look into to see what happened at Bedworth in 1881 to Reverend John Cawthorne. I'm trying to think who might have been the incumbent rector at Bedworth at that time. He probably went there, met somebody from my family, and that was it. Passed out in shock, really. Gilman, Edge, Bradford, Sotton, or Soton, Gordon John, the beloved son of G, J and E Stokes, Thomas H. Deakin, I think that says Fitchett, and Wright. Oh, and she's off. Also, where's the war memorial? Is it the other side of this tree? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So other as well, when you approach the Abbey, there's a big war memorial where it looks like they're putting the flowers in the shade. So there you are, there's the wreaths from Boys Brigade and Girls Brigade. Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our short visit to the Abbey Church of St Editha. Maybe at some point we can come back when the church is actually open and ask if we can do a video in there. They might not let us, but we can ask. Yes.
It's boiling.
It's still hot. We're going to call it a day, go home and chill out for a bit, and hope to see you soon.
With my banana hat.
With the banana hat.